like I'm out of practice. How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? Unique New York. Welcome. Welcome to my vastly overdue project update. So, believe me when I say, and this does not just apply to myself, but this applies to anybody in the seasonal kind of construction, anybody whose job ramps up in the summertime. Yeah, we work too much. So, being as I'm in bridge/road construction, I have been very busy. I spent a week covering off for somebody in Lacombe, so I was there for a week, and then of course when you get back, you're kind of trying to get caught up and you just don't find time for things. And I wish I could just do this all the time, but you know, money, so that's always fun. Speaking of money, actually, so I started about a month ago. I started to pick up any bottles or cans that I saw on site during my kind of walk around / inspections and stuff like that. And I'd always keep a couple of grocery bags in my vest and, like I said, pick up whatever I saw. And I took my bottles in yesterday. And I actually got like $170 in a month for doing stuff that I have to do anyway. So I thought that was pretty sweet. So I'm actually gonna continue doing that and kind of incorporate it into my day-to-day. So whenever we take the dog for a walk or go for a walk ourselves, from walking on site, I'm gonna continue on doing that, because any little bit to help with this project and help with anything else, really. I mean, $200 to put towards the project or $200 to put towards food. I mean, it's fantastic. So yeah, that's kind of, I thought that was just a neat little tidbit there. But let's get to what actually matters. Why do I do these updates? Well, I do them for my car, because that's what this is. This is a car blog, and here we go. So I got back at it on the car, and I actually happened to get the engine apart. When I initially posted that I got my dowel puller, I was really excited. But what I didn't realize is that they didn't include the piece that threads into the dowels. But that's okay. So I contacted the shop, Mazda Tricks, and they, yeah, not a problem, shipped one out. And I actually got it in like a week after I mentioned it to them. So my guess is they had this spare one that was kind of unaccounted for, and as soon as I said something, they must have clued in and they shipped it out. So I got that really quick, and I was able to actually get back at this thing. The flywheel was obviously on there nice and tight, so that took me a good couple hours just to get that thing off. And then everything else just kind of, the engine came apart surprisingly well. It was fantastic, actually. So I'll be trickling that out as we go. The kind of initial taking it apart, nothing was really glaring, nothing jumped out at me and said, oh, that was the problem. I honestly think it was just kind of getting old, and the seals started wearing out. That's just my guess. I don't know. I'll have to actually clean things up a little bit better than what they are. Everything's pretty gross and dirty. So the rotors are obviously covered in carbon and build up from all this time of me having the car, driving it, and beating the piss out of it. So yeah, very excited that I actually got the engine apart and that it came apart so well. it's nice to actually take things that I've learned in the past and reapply them. So like when I got to the part where trying to get the center housing off, like kind of stop, think about it for a brief moment, and you go, oh yeah, right, I need actually a second person to help me with this. So the lovely Kaya came and helped me out. So that was very nice of her. Thank you, darling. And yeah, everything just kind of, the dowel puller, flawless, worked amazingly, threaded in, smack it out, smooth as butter. Well worth, I can't remember even what I paid for that stupid tool, 140 American or something like that, but worth every penny. It made the process just that much nicer. So with all that being said, I think I can actually start ordering some parts. A rebuild kit, at the very least, get that on the way, and then I'll have to really look at these housings to make sure they're still good, and that I don't need any machining done or replacements or anything like that. So yeah, very excited about that. The second kind of thing is not so much the car, but the truck. So I've been doing a little bit of work on the truck. I'm trying to get this idle thing figured out, and you know what? I thought I had it the other day. I swapped out a bunch of parts. I did, so far I've done spark plugs, I've done the rotor cap, I've done the rotor itself, I've done the ignition control module, and I've done the idle air control valve. So I did all that, and when I first fired it up after doing that work, it fired up and it kind of idles high, and then after a while the idle comes down, but it kind of goes up, goes down and up and down and up and down and up, and it's sitting there bouncing basically. So then, no, that's strange. So you shut the truck off, let it sit for half a minute, start it back up, and it idles fine. So don't really know. One other thing I've heard, it could be the exhaust gas recirculation valve. The diaphragms get stiff and whatnot. So maybe, well, on the initial startup, that's what it is. It could be some sort of auto warm-up. If there's kind of like, I know the RX-7s have a similar thing. They run a little bit of coolant through the throttle body to actually determine whether or not the engine's warm or not. So there might be some sort of thermopellet in the throttle body of the truck that I gotta work out, but still gotta, I thought I had it, but I don't, I do still have to swap out the spark plug wires too. I haven't tried that yet, and I've heard that weirdly helps. My cousin Kelsey told me that, so still have to give that a go, and I should do it one of these days. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at. I'm happy that I've made some progress on the car finally. I took the engine apart. Now I just got to clean and inspect everything, and then order some parts, I think. In the meantime, while the parts are being ordered, I'm probably going to dive into the interior. I was going to leave it as is, but I think if you're going to do a project, you're going to do it right. So I think I'm going to gut it. I'm going to take everything out, redo everything basically. Any little small thing that I find, I'm gonna tackle that. So yeah, oh man. Is there anything else? I'm tired. I could use a nap. Who's there? Vehicles driving by. I think that's it. So I'll wrap this thing up here. So thanks again, everybody, for being so patient and waiting for me to do another video. It's been like a month. I kind of forgot how to do these things, but anyway, I would like to thank anybody and everybody who's watching this, and until next time, I'm hoping to get these back on a regular thing. My God. I wish work would just quiet down just a little bit so I feel when I get home I can kind of just do it. But anyway, thanks again everybody for watching, and until next time, I'm Bobby and this is Rotary Bob, the vehicle rebuilding blog. Thanks guys.